Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, David Salazar here with the Safety Guardians. If you have not already done so, please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, and our Facebook group, which is also another example of a bunch of information that we try to give out to you, the consumer, just so you can be safe and knowledgeable about what's on the market today and what is potentially dangerous. I'm an attorney based in Houston, Texas. I handle products defect and products liability cases all over the nation. You name it, I've probably been to the state, whether it's North Dakota, whether it's California. We handle them all over specifically for this thing. And the reason why I'm here is because I want to make you aware of certain dangers. So the subject that I'm going to talk about today is super relevant to me because my nephew is 10 months old. And it scares me every time I read stuff like this because prior to me even having a nephew, I don't have any kids, but prior to me even having a nephew, I wasn't even aware of this stuff. So what I want to talk about today is extremely dangerous dressers and drawers. So I want to read you a couple of statistics so that you kind of understand this. So I'm looking at an article that was published by NPR, which is usually nonpartisan, and they say every year thousands of children are injured by furniture tipping over, and every 2 weeks a child is killed by a tip over. So think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Every 2 weeks, a child is killed by a dresser drawer being tipped over. That's unacceptable on all accounts. So based on this article, a consumer research institute conducted tests on approximately 50 dressers and drawers, and they said regardless of the length, height, width, all of them had tests across the board. So they said some of these were very stable, some of them weren't stable at all. And I want to give you an example of one of them that is extremely dangerous, and so dangerous that the actual company was forced to actually institute a statement to the public saying, please, please, please send these dresser drawers back in. And that company is IKEA. So in 2016, IKEA recalled 29 million dresser drawers because of tip over accidents that caused 3 fatalities in children in approximately 3 months. So basically, regardless of whether or not this dresser and drawer was anchored into the wall, it would still tip over and essentially crush the children, causing catastrophic and fatal injuries. So once this happened, IKEA did what was the right thing, and they actually they were actively trying to get these people to give them the drawers back so they could give them a full refund. Well, naturally, a lot of these people, sometimes things get lost in the mail, and you don't receive notice of those recalls. You got to be aware of that stuff because these things pose extreme dangers to children, and I want to make sure you understand that. IKEA in this instance did the right thing. However, their dangerous product is still technically probably on the market for consumers who just either did not get the recall, had no notice, perhaps they sold it to somebody else, perhaps they didn't need anymore and gave it to someone, who knows. What I'm saying is the probability is that if there were 29 million of these sold in North America, the chances are that there's quite a bit of them still in the public today. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just one example of one of the many tip overs that we found. I'm going to go over a couple of other ones real quickly that the Consumer Reports actually said were dangerous. There's a dresser made by South Shore. This one is actually priced at around $200, and whenever 50 pounds was put into the top shelf, it actually failed the test and tipped over pretty easily. So 50 pounds in the top shelf was a standard test. There's another one that's made by Ameriwood, which actually failed the test as well. And they're all over the board, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to be careful with this. You got to be cognizant of all this stuff, and just remember that, and make sure that you watch your children, and you make sure, first off, that they're not climbing on these dressers, but also that these things do not have a propensity to tip over if they are doing that. My name is David Salazar. Like I said, I'm an attorney in Houston, Texas. I practice all over the country. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you've experienced something like this where there may be a dresser that's actually injured your child, please give me a call. I'd love to help you out and kind of point you in the right direction and give you some insight on what to expect next. We'll talk soon, guys. This is the Safety Guardians, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.